All right, we're here at Agile 2008. I'm here with Mike Jones with OutSystems, and this looks like a great conference so far. A lot of people, a lot more people than last year even.
It's amazing. I mean, I was on the keynote floor today, and I couldn't believe it was standing room only. Every table was filled. I don't know how many people here, but it's much bigger than we expected.
Definitely. I think first time outside the United States, I think it's getting a little bit more international draw as well too.
We've talked to a lot of people from Norway and Denmark and all over Europe. It's very cool.
Yep. I think with you can see with the more attendees at the show, I think we're seeing a greater adoption of Agile too, and I'm kind of curious on your take on the pace of Agile adoption. Over the last couple of years, how you're seeing it grow.
Well, we're seeing it grow exponentially. I mean, it's amazing. In Europe, where we started, we've seen the adoption rate change from 1 to 2 new customers a quarter to 10s and 20s a quarter. Here in the U.S., where we're really just getting started, so we're sort of behind, what we find is that Agile methods and approaches are pretty mature. A lot of people have been experimenting, and the time is really right for what we do to come in with a capability to take and automate a lot of the Agile processes from a development perspective for building web business apps. So it's good.
Yeah. What do you think will probably be the company that benefits the most from Agile adoption these days?
Well, I believe it's any company that has a high rate of business change and needs to leverage information technology to stay competitive.
Right.
Because without an iterative, rapid approach like Agile methods provide, those companies can't survive.
Definitely. We're seeing a lot of adoption in enterprise organizations too. Are you finding amongst your customer base there's more of the enterprise types of companies that are coming in and looking?
Absolutely. A lot of people think Agile is for small projects, and while at OutSystems we profess small teams, the reality is we're doing lots of large projects for very, very large, Fortune 50 type companies. So it's no longer relegated to a small company or a very small niche applications.
Sure. How do you see the role of management in that type of adoption? Are they like pulling them up from the basement, or are the Agile teams kind of dragging them in, kicking and screaming?
We see a little combination of both. Actually, it's funny, here at the show, I've talked to quite a few people who claim to be Agile skeptics, right?
Okay, right.
And they're here to learn, and they tend to come from more of the development and maintenance type ranks. So a lot of, and this sort of parallels a lot of what we're seeing, especially in North America, in that management, senior management, has read about and is interested in having better business IT alignment, more rapid way to deliver business applications. So they're pushing this concept of Agile down, and there's some resistance maybe almost from the bottom up. So we see management as being very interested. We see some hurdles for management to overcome in terms of being able to provide the right level of visibility in terms of how their Agile projects are running, what the status is, how to bring the user community into those projects in a real effective way. I mean, those guys are busy, just like IT's busy, so we have to leverage those resources really effective and do it well.
What do you think the vendor community and consulting companies can do to kind of bolster the adoption of Agile? Or what could they do better, I guess?
Well, that's a good question. We made a big push to drive a partner community around our technology, of course, but and part of that process is also to drive awareness around the Agile method. So for the consulting firms that are out there, what I really look for are organizations that have a solid practice, have a really deep experience base that they can leverage, and quite frankly, that experience base, if it's got business domain expertise, that's where they become a real benefit to us, because then we can leverage that partner with our technology to go in and solve a very specific business problem for a customer.
All right.
So that's where I think they can really play that wild card as the business domain expert.
Sure. So in your own company, what do you guys do to kind of eat your own dog food? I mean, are Agile practices at home? And
Absolutely. Well, our platform is built following an Agile approach. Part of our platform is what we call the OutSystems Network.
Right.
This is where all of our management tools reside, sort of software as a service in the cloud. Our website, of course, is a big application for our company. But those two web-based apps are built with our platform.
Oh, right.
So we actually build some of our own development technology with our development technology.
Oh, okay.
So we do eat our own dog.
All right. So what's new with you guys? Any new announcements here at the show, or anything new coming out?
Well, the OutSystems Network was released on July 11th. Okay. Now, it was what I would call a, quote, soft release. We've really only focused that at new partners. We haven't made it available yet to our full customer base. Okay. So the intent there is to garnish new customers. So all our Agile management tools, our project sizing and scoping technologies, all of our training, online training now is available through the network. So that's pretty cool. We've completely rebranded the company, so you see the new logo. We have a new look and feel.
So where can somebody go to find out more about the new stuff and OutSystems?
Of course, to our website, www.outsystems.com.